Hello friends. Hello replay watchers. You seem to be who is with me right now. If you don't see a red light box up in this corner, then this is a replay and you have missed me, and forgive me for the lighting. I have something blocking the sun so that I'm not blinded and it's casting some kind of shadows, but it is what it is. So I'm going to be doing a weekly forecast by zodiac sign for each of the 12 zodiac signs on this live video. Okay, so when the video's over, on the replay I'll be able to add the timestamps to each of the zodiac signs, so you can drop into the description box if you're on the replay and find your timestamp for your reading if that's what you would like to do. And so I do just want to let everyone know that this is an 18 and over broadcast, because I cuss and I vape and sometimes we talk about sensitive things, but I am aligned with love and light and God, and I am here of service of the greatest and highest good of all of you guys. So thank you so much for allowing me to be of service in this way. Tiffany Tisdale. Hello, Miss Tiffany. Hi, my friend. How are you doing today? Happy Monday. It's Monday morning. I really feel like I need to break routine. So I'm jumping in to do some zodiac readings. To do some Zodiac Monday. How does that feel? But it's going to be different, okay? Obviously, it's like I'm in my truck right now, okay? But I do have these super cool cards that one represents each of the Zodiac. So I'll be able to, I'm just going to shuffle the cards and then we'll know the order. And I'll just start from, the top, and we will give a reading to each of the 12 signs for the week ahead. So I'm going to get current energy. It's good to see you. I'm going to get current energy. I'm also going to get what to focus on in order to have a better week, and also what to maybe avoid in order to have a better week for each of the signs. So now we're in order, and I'm going to draw from the top. So where will I keep this? Of course. So I am outside my home, and there may be noises as there is traffic on my street. And I don't mean to put that in your face. Sorry, friends. Tiffany's a Scorpio. Say hello. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Drop your zodiac sign. I am going to be doing the zodiac readings right now. I don't know the order as I'm drawing the card for each of the zodiacs, and then we'll go from there. Hi, K-Weezy. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. So I am going to be, let's see, we're going to just see who's going to be first. Oh, wow, how funny. Virgo's first. Virgo's going to be first. And again, I'm sorry about the lighting, guys, but this was the best setup that I could pull off in this moment. And, there's a million reasons that I could have said, oh my God, I have to do it in my truck. Oh my God, I'm not going to, whatever, but I have to break routine. There's always going to be a reason not to. Okay, I'm talking to somebody right now. Whatever it is that you are working towards sometimes requires discipline. And you have to be the bigger person and do it even if you don't really want to. You know what I mean? So I just want to say there's a million excuses and reasons why not to. However, you've got to push yourself to strive into achieving your goals. And maybe I am talking to Virgo here. As Virgo was the first card to come up, I kind of want to look at this now. I've never looked at these cards before. I've never used them in this way. I just kind of felt inspired to do so. I am doing zodiac readings only. Forecast for the week ahead for the zodiac signs. We're starting with Virgo. I'm going to be pulling a card for each of the zodiac signs to tell us the order. And I'm going to be getting current energy, what to focus on to have a better week, and what to maybe avoid to have a better week. So we're going to start now. So Virgo, I'm talking to Virgo. I'm taking a look at this. Now, the path ahead on this card, I know the lighting isn't great, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel here. I feel like this is a walkway and a pathway of experience for Virgo. I see there are other things on this card, like this eclectic planet. It's all dynamic with different colors and things. It's casting a touch of a shadow on this place here. There's also it looks like a figure, like the inside of a person almost. It's very, very neat. I feel how Virgo, your path is unique. And I almost feel how some Virgos are like, oh, hell no, you don't understand. No one can understand the uniqueness of what it is that I am going through right now. But I want to say that God understands, okay? I have to tell you that right now. That you're never, never truly alone. That your higher self has mapped out the challenges that you are dealing with, because on a soul level, you are strong enough to overcome these things, or to successfully navigate these things, to maneuver through them of the greatest and highest good of you and others, Virgo. Okay, so don't feel discouraged, like life is giving you more than you can handle, or you know, you bit off more than you can chew, something like this. I feel like that's not the case. It's just about really buckling down and prioritizing and being diligent in what matters most to you, and that's going to make you feel better about what it is that you have going on, but also about who you are in the process. Okay, that's very important for Virgo. So current energy this week for Virgo, I'm just going to get a regular old Spirit Speaks playing card here. My shuffling makes the camera bounce. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Come on, Virgo. Current energy for Virgo this week, Spirit. What does Virgo need to hear? Current energy this week for Virgo. It's this one. Wow, love this. 10 of Diamonds for Virgo. Okay, so this is about your house and home, your money, your finances, your people, your stability, the important people in your day-to-day life, and also has to do with finances. Okay, so I feel like Virgo is walking a path, especially this week, and Spirit is asking you to buckle down again on those priorities. I was already saying this, okay? The things that are real and tangible in your life, moment to moment, all right? Sometimes the big picture is way too much to really swallow. Okay, so Virgo, Spirit is saying be in the moment, as present and focused in the moment as you can be, and that is where you're going to be able to put forth the effort and energy into these areas and situations that will move them in the right direction to encourage this healing, resolution, walking into your goals, whatever this is for Virgo. So all Virgos are, you know, a little different on their path, but you know what your 10 of Diamonds is. Okay, you know what you're working towards or working on or working for at this time. Okay, and I feel like it might be super demanding, but it's only for right now. Virgo, it's only for right now, and it's temporary, but how you handle it really matters. Okay, so I'm going to get something you can focus on here, the Light Seers Tarot, something you can focus on in order to have a better week, Virgo, because I see that you've got a lot on your plate, okay, and a lot of things going on that really matter greatly to you. But I also want to remind you that you're not inexperienced. Hello, Virgo, you are not some uneducated fool. I want to say you are wise in a lot of ways, even if you don't feel like you are. You're wise from life, okay, and from experiences. And you are, I feel that some Virgos may be in kind of a leadership role, that, or even just leading themselves in a new way, in which you may feel a little bit scared and ill-equipped. Can I say this? Hasn't everybody been there? Hello. Everyone in the world has at some point felt unequipped or you know, not ready for whatever responsibility that may be beckoning them or require of them, right? So I just want to say to you, you're not alone. And even if you feel like you're very alone, Virgo, what's going on? I feel like you feel very alone, and I need you to know you're not. Your circumstances are not so exclusively special that you've got to hide them, okay? Or that you can't actually find support or camaraderie or some kind of understanding, okay? I need you to know this, but this too shall pass, Virgo. So what does Virgo need to focus on, Spirit, in order to have a better week? 6 of Cups here, okay? So 6 of Cups, Virgo, I feel like this is, I know many readers say 6 of Cups is like the past coming back into your life, but that's not the message that I'm getting on the 6 of Cups, okay? I'm getting the message on how people have grown, how people have matured, how you have grown and matured over time spent in the spaces and places of which you might frequent right now, okay? People in your life, hobbies and extracurriculars that you have, watching the progression of this and how it has benefited your life or your people or yourself, versus maybe it has taken a toll. Have people grown into individuals that you don't recognize anymore, but you still have loyalty because you have those old bonds from before, right? You've got to learn to reevaluate situations, Virgo, from the new state of being in which you're at. Those same old bonds may not be quite so deeply connected anymore, okay? And I feel like you might not even recognize who you've become. Maybe you had dreams and goals and desires and a vision of yourself for the future, but as you walk your path, you see that they're changing. That's changing, and it's okay to change your perception of that as you become change yourself. That's really what I feel is a shift, and it's okay to change, but you get to pick and choose who you take with you, okay? You don't have to take everyone with you that's always ever been with you, or everything, okay? We're supposed to grow, change, and put things down down as they cycle out of our lives. I feel like right now, Virgo, it's really the time to be reflective, to see and take note of what's going on, what's working, what's not working, so that you can get rid of that, okay? So that you can really, I feel like, hone your focus and fast track your success, because what you're going through right now is tough, okay? And again, Spirit wants to say this 10 of diamonds and the 6 of cups, there's a soft spot within you that you need to locate, because sometimes Virgo, I'm sorry, Virgo, I'm a Virgo too, I understand. So sometimes Virgo can kind of detach and just get shit done, right? But Spirit is saying you've got to come from this soft spot as well. You can't just compartmentalize everything. You've got to come down to the reasons why you're doing what you're doing, that it makes you feel like you're contributing to the whole, or it makes you feel like you're a good person, or because you love the people, the place, the things that you're doing. Bottom line, Spirit is bringing you down to doing things because of the love that you have within you. Even if these are stressful things you have to deal with, okay? It'll make it a little easier. Now I'm going to grab your what to avoid. I don't mean to get all in your face. I'm reaching my cards from my real life Oracle deck. Who's ready for this? Hi, friends. Hi, Gina Gallardi. Hi, Julie Slater. Hi, Pam Dyed. Hi, Paula Sancha Rodriguez. How you guys doing today? I am doing Zodiac readings. I fucking miss you. I miss you. I miss my page. I miss the Zodiac. So I am doing Zodiac readings for the week ahead. I will add the timestamps on the replay. We're on the first reading right now for Virgo, and we will see how this goes. So Virgo, what does Virgo need to avoid to have a better week, Spirit? What does Virgo need to avoid to have a better week, Spirit? Barking dogs, just kidding, right here. Sneaky Shady is the card. Whoop, look at this, Sneaky Shady. So Sneaky Shady, this individual holds all the cards. He paints a pretty picture, but he only shows you what he wants you to see. All right. So Virgo, I feel like avoiding the kind of deceptive behavior that it may present itself in your life, i.e., you know, someone who wants to present you with an offer, but they're not giving you all the details because they know that if you had all the details, you probably would not agree, right? So they make it look really nice or sound really good because they've got their own hidden agenda. You can't even see the true identity of this person here, okay? Because they're all covered and hidden and cloaked. So sneaky, shady energy is what Virgo needs to avoid this week. Living on the up and up, being truthful, upright, upfront, not being afraid to speak the truth out loud and to people or in situations. Like if you see this going on, combating it in some way, Virgo. Okay. And again, I also feel how Virgo, this is a call. We're not all innocent bystanders. No sneaky, shady behavior yourself. Okay. That's just going to pull you off track and delay your positive, successful manifestations. If you can't say something or do something in front of, you know, people that you admire and think highly of, then maybe you should not exactly be doing it, Virgo. That's what I want to say this week. But use your own free will and good judgment to make decisions based on what you feel is best for your life. Okay. I really feel that most Virgos need to stay away from people who are trying to interact with you using this kind of a manipulation tactic. Okay. Maybe they're giving you a sob story, Virgo, about how, oh my God, I need to borrow your money. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I meant to mute that. I need to borrow money for this, that, or the other thing, but not showing you that it's not really going for honest means. You may have a gut feeling here, Virgo, this week. Like, wait a minute, I'm not really sure. I don't really trust this. Listen to your gut. People will say anything they want to say to get you to do what they want you to do, but your gut will not lie to you, Virgo. That's what's up. That's what I have for Virgo this week. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now let me put these cards away. Okay, so Virgo is good. I'm going to set that aside. I know it's a little unorthodox. I'm in my truck, but I just couldn't stay away, you guys. I just had to do these readings. No, I've only done Virgo. That's it. That's the only sign I've done. Oh, I'm mixing these cards again. We're doing Libra. Look at that. How crazy. I swear I'm not going in order. I've got all the cards right here, the Zodiac cards, and I'm just flipping them around, and Libra will be next. Okay, so Libra, beautiful energy, Libra. I see the two worlds here. I see the steps between the worlds. I see all the beautiful pink clouds. I feel like that's kind of, I feel how Libra can sometimes be a little bit daydreamy, a little bit here and there, and not really solid in their own foundation. You know, I'm kind of feeling how some Libras may even be split this coming week as far as trying to keep the peace. So you're swallowing back your own personal opinions or something like this. And I want to say to you from Spirit that that is never the right answer. Whew. swallowing back your personality in order to keep the peace with someone else is not a partnership. Libra. So Libra, I've got a card for you here. Current energy in the week ahead. And this is crazy, right? Look at this. So you've got this one is your card for Libra. And then you've got the Two of Hearts. Doesn't that almost look the same? That's crazy, right? Two of Hearts. So the Two of Hearts is a great energy to have, but I kind of feel how Libra, again, I've got the this and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? This and that. Two different sides that aren't really equally meshed or balanced. Okay? I really feel how Libra, it's important to find the middle ground and not to be all one way or all the other way, especially in the areas of partnership this week. This could be romantic partnership. It could be, but it could also just be those important people in your life, like your parents, your children, your coworkers, your boss, people you spend a lot of time with or do a lot of give and take with. Okay? I'm feeling here how Libra, it's important to take up your fair share of energy in the room. Especially this week, because you have great ideas to share. Now, this is what to embrace. Love it. Kaboom. This is what to embrace, okay, to focus on to have a better week. And look what's on the bottom. I freaking love this, Libra. King of Pentacles on the bottom. That's crazy. Queen of Pentacles is your card, Libra. That's amazing. The Two of Hearts here tells me that we're probably talking about you and your partner, but not all Libras have a partner. So we're definitely talking about you and the way that you co-create with the world. Carrying yourself with an air of confidence. Hello. That's what the Queen of Pentacles does. You see her weird ass headdress? She doesn't give a fuck what you think about it. Her eyes are closed. She ain't even looking to see if you like it. She's got all her money in her hand here. All her things are figured out. Okay, this is you, Libra. What to focus on this week, Libra, is that you are the one who has it going on. You are the one who makes things happen in your life. Don't forget that. Even if you love other people, never love them more than yourself. Okay, never put other people ahead of yourself. I'm sorry to say this, but somebody needs to hear this, all right? And it begins with taking up your own energetic space, having your preferences, having your likes and dislikes, deciding what your TV time is or which meal you would like to eat. Like, these things I feel are very, very small little adjustments that Libra can make to begin taking up more energetic space instead of resigning into the life paths that others are dictating for them, because this could be detrimental to your future. Oh, Libra. Let me not give you this. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Hold on, guys. I have dropped my cards. Good thing my truck is amazing. Libra. Oh. Understandable. Sending love to Lori Brown. I'm sorry you're having a rough week, Lori. That stinks. But yeah, that energy is going around. I'm telling you, Libra, being strong and confident in your own energy is going to attract, like a magnet, the kinds of relationships and experiences that you want to be having. Okay, instead of supplicating to others, overdoing or overgiving in order to receive that love and acceptance, that's creating an imbalance that isn't exactly healthy. Okay, so I really feel how owning your energy and being like, yes, I am amazing. Yes, I am the shit. Because you really are, okay? And the things that you do for people and the way that you love people is huge. All right, but you've got to love yourself to the standard first and not deplete yourself. I kind of feel how you may be kind of letting others take the lead in ways that are not sitting right with you, okay? And Spirit is suggesting that you just stop that, okay? Because that's never the right answer either, all right? So let's see what Libra could stand to avoid right here. You see it flip over? This for you, Libra. Libra could stand to avoid being stressed out this week. So let's talk about this. I don't mean to put my nose in your face. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is not great. But I had to get these readings out, okay? I just had to. So Libra, this indicates that you might have a lot of stuff going on in your headspace, okay? Maybe you've got appointments, maybe you've got bills, you've got a lot of kids, maybe you've got a lot of different things going on your schedule, whatever, things that hang over your head that just pull you this way and that way as you walk through your home, right? You'd be like, oh my God, and that, and this other thing, and whatever, right? So Spirit is saying to you right now to please free up some headspace by writing these things down. And then you know for sure that you have it right there and you can go back and look at it at any time. Okay, that means putting appointments on your calendar, even your pay dates and when your bills are due, so that you can easily stay up on top of that kind of thing. You know, set appointment reminders or notification reminders, this kind of thing, to help free up the headspace so you don't feel like you have to constantly keep a lot of things in your head all the time. I also feel how this doesn't just have to do with the stressors that you have of your life. However, it may be both at this time, or almost triggered by the stressors that you're feeling I feel like in those important relationships, like I feel like you're really trying to hold yourself together and keep remembering all these different things, okay, to make sure that everything flows properly. Like you're maybe running ahead to try to fix things, or you're keeping yourself censored, right? I feel how there are some aspects of you that aren't exactly free because you're trying to keep track and keep tabs of this so that you don't happen to ruin something or whatever this might be. So Spirit is saying that you cannot ruin anything that's divinely meant for you. And you can't pretend to be anyone who can receive a gift that isn't yours. Okay, so just being yourself is enough, Libra. Being present and expressing your limitations and requesting support of those who are around you for viable reasons, like all of this creates the beauty and the atmosphere of harmony in relationships. It isn't just, oh, I always count on Libra and Libra never asks for shit. Sometimes Libra has to count on them too. And that reinforces that reciprocal bond. Okay. And I'm not just talking about romance, but it could be those other important people in your life. It could even be your relationship with yourself. I need to say one more thing. Especially with this Queen of Pentacles showing up here, this is about you and how you take care of you, right? Maybe you're like bomb and kick ass at taking care of everyone else, but you skip meals and you don't, sleep appropriately and you don't get enough water, whatever this is, right? That's you neglecting you, right? So then that tells the universe to also neglect you because you do, and that's what you want. So unfortunately, Spirit is saying to Libra that it's time to start really reinforcing yourself and to really love yourself and give to yourself in the ways that you want a partner to, in the ways that you want your parents and your friends and your community to, right? All of these ways, that shows the universe that you are worthy, that you deserve it, that you expect it, okay? And that you're encouraging yourself to receive it as well because you're deserving, okay? I just have to come back to that, Libra. And when you love yourself and you hold that standard, again, it magnetizes those standard of relationship to you as well. And when, for instance, say the relationship that comes in, if it's not that standard, oh my gosh, you're going to know it like it punched you in the eye, okay? It's going to feel really off and weird and almost offensive. That's what I want to say to Libra. So when you love yourself to this degree and you're able to kind of relax inside, something that is less than your standard will almost offend you, okay? And you can allow it to do that and leave your life. You don't have to grapple with it and say, hold on, how come you're offending me? Why don't you just treat me the way that I want you to treat me, or interact with me in the way that I would like for you to, right? I feel how there's this huge thing, and it should never be that hard, Libra. Just embody your energy and allow what works to stay and what doesn't work to go, and everything will be fine. Whew. All right, Libra. Thank you, Libra. I'm sending love to Libra. Oh, I'm going to put Libra here and see who's next. Scorpio. I swear, I shuffled these cards. They were not in order. You guys saw me. You saw me shuffle them. Let's see. I like my new glasses. I like them. They were my own birthday gift to myself. Now, Scorpio, let's take a look at your card, Scorpio. Again, these are new to me. I've never used them like this, so I'm just taking a look here. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. So Scorpio, I see some darkness on the card, obviously. I also do see some illumination here. I do see some something really with depth, way deep below the surface. And we all know that Scorpio is a deep sign. So I wonder what exactly Scorpio is feeling this week. It's this one. 4 of Diamonds. Okay, so Scorpio, that speaks about kind of like your financial stability, okay? Maybe you're trying to save money or cut costs. Maybe you're planning to downsize in some kind of way, or you're gearing up for like a yard sale, right? This kind of thing. 4 of Diamonds can speak of getting rid of possessions or saving money in order to reach future goals, right? We're giving the sacrifice in this moment, the physical sacrifice in this moment to, for the greater good of your future, right? That's what I really feel with this 4 of Diamonds. So I do want to say being mindful, being frugal, making those disciplined adult decisions around the finances or the money your physical possessions, even your time, you know, is really being called to Scorpio here. I also want to bring to you physical health. Now, usually the Four of Diamonds doesn't necessarily mean that, but I am feeling for Scorpio that it is important to, you know, to eat and drink and all the things that are necessary for your own well-being, okay? We all have our own tolerances or intolerances towards various diets or whatever, and I feel how Scorpio, it's really sitting with me now. Scorpio, some Scorpios are suffering with illness or sickness or whatever it may be, and there are simple solutions to this that you could change your diet. You're having some kind of reactions. Now, I'm not a medical doctor of anything at all, so please, if you need to see one, feel free to go do that. But if you are having, if you are having adverse reactions like skin rashes, headaches, or even stomach issues, digestive issues, Spirit is saying to start writing your diet, like what you're eating, when you're eating, and then when you're experiencing these kinds of random symptoms, because I feel like you developed some kind of intolerance to whatever you're ingesting, and that may be something that needs further evaluation. So let's see what Scorpio could stand to focus on to have a better week, Spirit. And this one's from the Light Seers Tarot. Welcome in, guys. This is a new format. Aww. This is a new format. I just couldn't stand being stagnant any longer, and I want to do this. I love this. Look at this. Ace of Cups you have. So, Scorpio, Ace of Cups is about what lights you up, what makes your heart really smile, right? Really tending to your own heart. And look at her. She's got her hands there like, you can't touch this. I got this unlocked here, and I'm making sure that it's healthy and it's flowing, that it's satisfied, and that I'm following that joy and following that path because I know what's right for me. So carving out that me time, making sure that what you're doing works for you and resonates with you. I really feel how saying no when you need to say no. Like some Scorpios, like, look, this whole trio of cards here is really speaking to me about how you might smile on the surface and somebody asks you a favor and you're like, oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, sure, friend. Of course I will, right? But inside you're like, nah, I don't want to do this. Damn, right? I feel how it's important to say no. You know what I mean? This Four of Diamonds says pull away from what's not in alignment with your heart. So don't be afraid to say, hell no, I don't want to work your extra overtime this weekend. Right? Or hell no, I don't want to babysit your 12 kids. Are you kidding me? Right? Don't be afraid to say no, you don't want to. Even if it's someone, hey, I'm feeling like even spouses and partners. Sometimes we just let people take the lead and we may feel resistance, but not listen to it. You know what I mean? And not speak about it or advocate. So I kind of feel how it's important to just do that. To allow yourself to speak up and speak out and follow that joy. Look at this. This is your card. It's trying to pop out. You see how it's trying to pop out? This is what Scorpio needs to avoid in order to have a better week, okay? Heavy energy, love. Wow, I couldn't make this up if I tried. So what should you focus on to have a better week? Light-hearted, fun energy that lights you up, that illuminates you, that's in alignment. And please, please, put the heavy burdens down, okay? Stop watching the news. I feel how even some Scorpios, no heavy lifting around the house and home. No heavy spending this week, okay? But sometimes there are news programs, things on social media, TikTok channels, various things that we plug into because they incite emotions, all right? And some of that can be addicting and some of it is not healthy at all, okay? So if you're plugging into heavy things, just abstain from that this week. If you are a true crime person or whatever, a buff, you know, like what I'm saying is just for this week ahead, shake it up. Drop that kind of a thing and put it away and instead go for a walk. Instead, you know, play some checkers with your kids. Instead, you know, go play with your dogs or whatever else lights your little heart up. Instead, watch a Hallmark or Lifetime movie. You know, I mean, some of these are, it's an energetic nature and it's an energetic game. And Spirit is speaking to Scorpio about putting the heavier energetic things down this week and embracing those that are expansive, illuminating, heart expanding, meaningful to you, in alignment with you, and don't be afraid to say no. Okay, this Four of Diamonds, again, this is a holding back card. So I'm gonna say no. I don't have the money to loan you, friend, because that feels like a heavy request. Okay, it doesn't feel right in my heart. Okay, whatever this could be. No, I'm not gonna go spend that time because my time is not replaceable. And in fact, I'd really like to spend it here. Okay, so that's what I have for Scorpio this week. It may feel tough to say no, but you know, that's the lesson then. If you really, really want to, but you can't, like, that's the fucking lesson, is getting comfortable saying no because you don't want to and it's the right thing to do. Sometimes we're taught that that's impolite. How dare you? And then they wonder how we end up sexually abused. I'm just saying, hello. When we're taught not to say no, not to disrespect our elders. Okay. Aries is next. And hello, friends. I'm so glad it's resonating with you. That's my issue. I feel bad for saying no. Right? Okay. And then there it is. You get to say no. You get to say no when you need to, even if it feels funny for a minute. Okay? And whoever you said no to, they're going to reevaluate and go down the list to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. And if you say no enough times, they're going to realize that you're not even at the top of their resource list anymore, because every time they ask you say no, they're going to stop asking you. Okay? You're not the only that could fix their problems. In fact, they'll never find other ways to fix their problems if you keep bailing them out. Have to say it. Have to say it. Okay, so Scorpio and others who are feeling that. Thank you. Glad you're here. Okay, so I'm going to try to do these every week like this. So I hope it turns out well. Now on the replay, I'll add the timestamps. Aries is going to be next. So I already heard from an Aries in the comments who was like spitting fire and trying not to, you know, wig out this week. And I'm sending love to Aries. And I'm hoping that Aries is able to tap in with the peaceful baseline that is within your heart. Because truly, a soul can never be harmed. I really need to come to this for Aries, that sometimes life is really, really hard, but we still keep breathing. You know what I mean? We make it through, and then sometimes we have joy. Then somehow we have joy again, right? Somehow we end up having wonderful moments of happiness again, even when maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you felt sad, hopeless, despondent. You felt like you couldn't make it through, right? Remember all the things that you felt like you couldn't make it through, but yet you still are here, striving for new things, new goals, new ways to spend your time and moments. Aries, don't forget how amazing your energy really is. Like, you can just put one foot in front of the other and you make things happen. You're able to kind of compartmentalize that other stuff and still make things happen. And that's no small thing. Okay, so I really want to send Aries some love. Get some current energies here from the playing cards. And I see here, like, I want to remind you, I'm looking at the card, and I know it's tough to see, but, like, there's, like, red sand, and then, like, these weird, I don't know, horn things that are coming off. But to me, that looks like different pathways, like, different options. Like, don't forget, you could have been someone else. You could have been doing other things. You could have been, like, a lesser version of you. Okay, that's what I really feel here, is, like, don't forget all the shit that you could have battled with, you did battle with, the pathways you could have taken, but you didn't. Like, those count too. The times when you've been strong. That all matters. And it factors in. Like, don't discount yourself just because something's hard right now. Because you've seen hard before. You've laughed hard in the face, Aries. You've got this, Aries. Okay, let's see. Wow. Look at your card. Queen of Diamonds. We've seen this earlier. Someone had the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Diamonds, Aries. So, Aries, Spirit is saying to focus on you, or your current energy is focusing on you, kind of your money, providing for yourself. I do want to say, indulge yourself a little bit. Pamper yourself a little bit. It sounds like you need it, okay? And maybe you're like, oh, honey, I can't afford a pampering. That could be like a soda pop or a candy bar, or, you know, a really nice walk out in a nice garden that you prefer, allowing yourself 5 minutes of alone time. Hey, that's a pampering sometimes. Okay, so I feel how finding those free or cheap, if that's your issue, ways to still enjoy your life and give yourself what you might need in any given moment. Aries, that's what's important right now. Okay, not necessarily just to, I feel like, keep going and lose sight of yourself and your needs. And that is not going to benefit you at all. In fact, that's going to bring you full circle back to the same old lessons again. Okay, so the difference here is keeping step and taking care of yourself with love and tenderness. So what should Aries focus on to have a better week? Okay. Knight of Pentacles. This is interesting. So the Knight of Pentacles is about progress, is moving in the right direction. Okay, it's a slow moving progress. But as you can see, it's because he's sowing little blessings along the way. He's making sure that he's not burning bridges. It's not like, fuck you, I'm out of here 2 weeks, I'm out of here today, right? It's like he's not burning these bridges, okay? And you can't either, even if inside you kind of feel like, oh my God, I wish I could just, I want to run away. I just want to run away and disappear and let somebody else handle this life, right? But realistically, that's not going to happen. And realistically, you wouldn't feel very good about yourself if you did, if you just hightailed it and left everything undone, right? So Spirit is saying, remember who you are. Even when times get hard, that's when you prove who you are, right? And you make peace with the steps that you are progressing past as you move forward. Okay, so not leaving things undone, up in the air, or feeling weird, right? That then you know you're going to come full circle and address it again. Okay, so Spirit is saying, giving that 2 weeks notice, you know, if you're intending to make that change, having that heavy conversation, that hard conversation. If you're wanting to move along or move forward, this could be moving away. This could be leaving a place. Okay, it's really, it could be big, and it doesn't have to be big, but it's important on how you handle it, Aries. That's what I feel is super important, because you know who you are. And if you know, burn a bridge or mess something up and then leave it undone, you're just going to feel like crap about it, and it's going to come back to haunt you. That's what I feel. So, you know, I just want to remind you that I kind of feel here that you might care more than other people do about what it is that's going on. But that kind of speaks to your level of integrity. Okay. So handle it at your level, not at theirs. Okay, I want to say that to Aries. So Aries, wow. Listen, what to avoid in order to have a better week, Aries? Peaceful and trustworthy. Okay, so this card indicates that you are able to confide in someone, and they you. Okay, and I kind of feel here how this isn't the time to play nice. This isn't the time to tuck your tail. This isn't the time to believe somebody's really pretty words if their actions are not matching that. Okay, I know Aries is going through some stuff, and like I said, what matters is how you go through it. What matters is how you go through it. Okay, and I feel like playing nice or pretending to be nice, pretending like things are okay and all peachy keen when they're not, is not going to create the resolution that you desire or that needs to be found here. Okay, it's not going to progress things in any way at all if it's all fakeness coming together. So it's really important to, you know, I just feel like avoiding the faux peaceful, trustworthy, brushing it under the rug. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. No, avoiding that. But instead, let's actually talk about this. Or let me just tell you, I'm not feeling happy because I want to move forward in this way. And that's what I desire to do, etc., etc. And you can, because you're the one who makes things happen in your life, Aries. I feel like this is a reminder not to ask for permission. You don't need anybody's approval. And, that's what I have for you, Aries. I'm sending you all the love. Hi Lucy. Hi Julie. Hi Sharon. Hi Diana. So yeah, I'm doing it a little bit differently this week. I'm just going to be reading for the individual signs, and we are going to see how it goes. So far, I've already read for Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Aries. Next is Aquarius. Aquarius. All right, look at this beautiful card. I'm loving this card. So interesting. The card draws me into this whole bright blue, which was so different from everyone else. And Aquarius, I feel like it's the same. Like you have this super magnetic focus. But then look at this whole other thing. Like there's all these, it's the galaxy, there's Saturn, there's all the stars. Like there's so much more to life than what you might have been focused on yet. I feel like I need to tell Aquarius that you have a multi-dimensional self that can see things at a different level. I feel my heart palpitating here. So Aquarius, I just want to say that, you know, sometimes it's important to take some deep breaths to allow yourself to rise to the perception of your higher self-awareness and maybe view what it is that you have going on from there, I feel like you might see a smoother route or a better path or more options, right? You may see things that you haven't necessarily seen before you take that pause and that time. Okay. So Aquarius, again, I kind of want to give this to you just real quick. And hi, welcome in. Thank you. Hi, Carla. Welcome in. So Aquarius, like when you're feeling like you need that higher self perspective, I really want you just to sense into your heart center, take a step to the bathroom if you need a few minutes of alone time to do this. Feel your heart center here. Imagine that your awareness is there and breathe with your breath, your awareness up, up, up above your head. Now, it may take several breaths before. How crazy is that, right? A motorcycle just zooms on by. It may take a few breaths before you actually reach your awareness above your head, but I'm telling you, Spirit is really wanting you to get there and then ruminate on some of the thoughts that you've been having, maybe the situations that you're dealing with or the inspirations, the creative inspirations that are kind of beckoning to you. So I just want to bring this so you're there and you breathe. Oh, nope, it didn't make it. All right. Oh, not quite there yet. All the way up, right? All the way up. And then feel your awareness up here above your head. Yes, above your head. And then think about your problems, all right? Or then think about the scenario, the situation, your inspirations, whatever this might be. Because I see how Aquarius is very solid here, but there's a whole other layer above, around, and beyond. Whatever it is that you're trying. And this will help bring that to the next level. So just one moment. I'm going to get your cards. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Carla, thank you so much for those stars. Oh my gosh, I received 1 penny per star. They all add up and they help me to pay my phone bill and everything else. So thank you so much, Carla. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. What an amazing lady. And I have not done your sign yet, darling. So let's see, Aquarius. Let's get current energy for Aquarius for the week ahead. Spirit. It's no, look here. I can't make this up. You guys see me. There's nothing wrong with this card. I swear. The Queen of Diamonds has come out for 3 different signs. The Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Pentacles. Amazing. Okay, so Aquarius now, not a bad focused energy to have. This is you making your life flow. You're taking care of your needs. Everything is coming full circle here. You're even able to indulge a little or pamper yourself a little. That might be why you're feeling so solid. I got this, right? But yet there could be more. Imagine that. Imagine that there could be more. That makes me so excited for you, Aquarius. So thinking outside the box, thinking bigger. Oh, what is this? Look at this. What to focus on in order to have a better week? 5 of Pentacles. So Aquarius is solid. And Aquarius is really focusing on themselves, feeling their own energy, because what? What's going on here? This is about feeling left out, unsupported by other means. So maybe this whole thing is like kind of to spite others. I'm sorry to say this, Aquarius, but I kind of feel how you might be going double extra overtime to prove your worth or to provide for yourself because maybe you're not finding that elsewhere or you haven't found that elsewhere. And I feel like, what is this here? There's someone in your life who might be at odds with you, and they may be that they want to borrow money, and Spirit is saying not to do that. Okay, like this week. Particularly Aquarius, I'm feeling how, there's a separation between you and others and money. Okay, so not loaning somebody else money. Maybe you have to say no because you don't have it, or it just doesn't sound like the right idea for you. Or maybe this role is reversed and you have to ask somebody else for a favor and they're like, sorry, bruh, I can't help ya. This is what I feel here. So again, it doesn't make or break you. I want to say this right now. So what to focus on to have a better week is this doesn't change anything. This is just one experience, one opportunity, 1 week, okay? One feeling, one moment, and feelings always pass and circumstances always change, and it doesn't change who you are. And it doesn't change the trajectory of your life. So I feel like Aquarius, it's very important to recognize that moments collectively add up, but no moments are so important that that's all or nothing. And if one door closes, another one's going to open inevitably. The right one. Now, what to avoid in order to have a better week, Aquarius? Thank you for those stars. You guys are super awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you. So what does Aquarius need to avoid in order to have a better week, Spirit? Oh. Okay. I keep putting my nose in your face. I'm sorry. Boop. I should just touch it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm such a nerd. I'm so sorry. It's going to be better. I promise. As I do these, it's going to be better. So what should you avoid? Look at this. Don't speak. Okay, so to avoid keeping your mouth shut, to avoid watching others and taking notes, I'll just say this. Sometimes we can kind of observe things that we don't care for, maybe, and just keep track of it in our minds, you know? And Spirit is saying, like, is that what you want to do with your time? Is that good use of your time? You know, keeping track of something that's pissing you off. You know, I really feel here how it's important to, you know, not even pay attention to any of that stuff. Because you can't say anything anyway. Because you can't do anything anyway. All it does is trigger you, push your buttons, this or that. Same thing here. I feel like this, you know what I'm talking about this week, Aquarius. So it's okay to say, no, I'm not loaning you money. Or it's okay to say, I'm not comfortable with what's going on here. But I really feel that there could be the potential to allow this energy or even this energy to consume you. And then that's what your whole week was about. All this shit that happened that pissed you off. Okay? Or this whole experience that was such a letdown, right? Or this, that I had to tell somebody else no. And oh, that was my whole week. But it doesn't have to be your whole week. Like, you have so much life beyond what you think you do, that if you just pause and shift your focus and see what else is going on instead of those things that might trigger you or bother you, I really feel how you're going to have a much more lighthearted week. Even if you have to give a big heavy no about something or receive a big heavy no about something, it's for the greatest and highest good, okay? And that's what I have for Aquarius. And I hope that resonates. We shall see. Thank you. Let's see who's next. Pisces. Pisces is next. Oh, I love this card. Beautiful. Pisces. Okay, so Pisces is on a journey. I see the rainbow bridge here, and I see some amethyst, beautiful amethyst here on the card. A seahorse. That's very nice. All the flowers. Pisces, Pisces. Beautiful journey. Eclectic, diversive. Diverse. That's the word. Okay. Energy this week, Pisces. I'm getting them. So let's just look at these. These both fell together for you. Queen of Clubs, Five of Hearts. So Queen of Clubs and Five of Hearts. Let's see this. This is about regretting the actions that you have taken in the past or missing out on things. It's about no longer creating that kind of regret by acting now instead of falling back into those same old patterns. So Pisces, as you move forward, things are changing. You are changing, your path is changing, your life is changing. You have maybe not made all the best decisions in the past. Don't allow that to happen any longer by being bold and brave and acting without hesitation now. I feel how some moments are windows of opportunity that might open and close and pass you by if you don't decide to just do the damn thing, okay? You don't want to create more moments that you regret. You don't want to create more decisions or lack of action that you regret. So I really feel how Pisces, you've got to remember that, and that's what's important this week. What's a focus on to have a better week right here? Ten of Pentacles. Someone else had this earlier. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Diamonds. Beautiful card. So what to focus on to have a better week? Now, the 10 of Pentacles is about happy family, house and home. Money's all figured out, okay? Nobody's stressed. See, they're all together, just happy, just chilling. Everyone's there to support one another. Everyone has a role to play, right? And everyone puts in their fair share. So, Pisces, I want to say to you that everyone's 10 of Pentacles looks different. Like, yours looks different from mine because, like, we're different people and we have different loved ones and we live in different areas, right? Our houses are different, everything, right? So what does your 10 of Pentacles look like? Maybe maybe yours isn't quite so solid yet. You know, maybe you're still carving that out for yourself. You're still creating that for yourself. Maybe that's why you're being beckoned to make new decisions here, so that it looks a little different on this end. This could be you getting a better job, a second job. This could be you renovating your home. This could be you focusing on your house, your home, your family, really buckling down on that this week so that you don't create more regret. I even feel for some Pisces, this is you giving extra to those family members out of guilt. So what kind of guilt are you trying to soothe through your extra support of these important people in your life? Pisces. You know, I'm sure you've heard the term parenting out of guilt, and that's still an unhealthy and toxic behavior. Sometimes we can, you know, somehow enable or just create an unhealthy dynamic within important relationships by behaving to appease past guilt. Okay, so whomever this might be, Pisces, just check your motives, know why you're doing what you're doing, and know that that's not going to heal the wound that was inflicted. And in fact, I feel like it's only going to make it worse. Okay, so this is going to be your card. Wow. Okay. Oh no, hold on, I lost my cards again. Now I'm really in your face. So what to avoid in order to have a better week? Worth the wait. Okay, so this is waiting for everything to be perfect, waiting for somebody else to step in and bless you with the answer. Okay, so no waiting. Remember, this same thing, this Queen of Clubs. This Queen of Clubs is about not procrastinating. She is taking the initiative to do what she needs to do. Okay, and this is what to avoid is waiting. You can't wait around for someone else to fix your life. You can't wait around for the right time to say those words. I really feel how it's important for Pisces to say the words now. If you love someone, if you care about someone, if you're sorry, if you've hurt people and you want to make it right, like now's the time to do that. No waiting for the right time or waiting for the right moment. And even more than that, beyond that, no waiting to be happy. This is a huge message for Pisces. No more waiting to be happy. Why can't you be happy right now? Why can't you be happy right now, even with the challenges that you have in your life? Why can't you be happy right now, even with the circumstances that you're dealing with? There is the soul's natural state is love. And that's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from happiness, okay? So whatever it is that's limiting your happiness, address it now. That is where your power lies. That is going to help your future. Not waiting for somebody else to come do something. I really feel like now's the time and you're the person. Pisces. Trying to get my voice together. Okay, so these are going to be long. Let's go with Leo. Leo's next. And hi, Cindy Duncan. Good to see you, hon. Look, I've got a couple of Julies. Welcome, Julies. Leo. Leo's next. Loving this card. Loving this card. I'm just taking a look at it. Wow. So at first glance, I see like a lot of bright colors. I see like this fiery ball here, and there's like a lot of fiery colors up here and there, and then there's this like light that comes down, and there's this person here. Can you see that person? That person is like exhausted. Exhausted. There's a person that looks totally exhausted from holding the light for so long. Like that's what I see on this card, Leo. And I want to say, but do you see the amazing change in energy that has happened ever since you decided to start holding that space? Like, wow. I want to remind Leo how huge your transformation has been. If you just, sometimes we focus on problems today and we be like, oh man, these things aren't done yet, or I'm still working towards this or that. And we forget to stop and evaluate like how far we've come. And I feel like Leo, Since you started the journey, since you started being aware, since you started holding the space and holding the light, like a lot of different things have happened. You've changed a lot. And you've also changed a lot of people. Like you've had a ripple effect in others just from collectively holding this different energy, being yourself. Wow. Okay. Okay, so here's the card that you have, Leo. You've got the Queen of Spades and the Three of Hearts, okay? So this is about friendships and companionships and that kind of a way. This Queen of Spades is kind of a leadership card. She's patient. She's observant. I really feel how, Leo, this is you watching or even leading your friendship groups, like, or others who are watching and following in your footsteps a little bit. The Queen she reminds me of a leader. She's a thinker. She's independent. She's not real touchy-feely emotional, okay, this Queen of Spades. So that's what makes me feel like other people are watching you and following your lead. This is the people who are admiring of you, okay? And this could be friends. This could be coworkers. This could be spouse, partner, or your children. You know what I mean? A reminder to Leo that, yeah, you might be exhausted from holding this light for so long and for carrying all of this energy, but it's working and it's having its influence on those who are closest to you. I feel like collaboration or structure would benefit you. Like some Leos could stand to implement meetings or classes or, I don't know, shares of information, book readings. I don't know what this is. I just feel how like what you're doing matters and it's rubbing off. And there are people who would like to spend more structured time with you, whether this is your family or your friends or even at work, more structured time with you to get your insight and to take whatever you guys have going on to the next level. I feel like you have an intellectual and a leadership component to this, but you might not see yourself that way, you know, but I want you to know that it is that way. It is definitely that way. You have a strong energy, whether you want to admit it or not, or whether you like it or not. And people may come to you for the answers. And I feel how helping them find the answers instead of giving them the answers would be a better idea so that they can find their pathways to those resources that omit you. Okay, so Leo, please take that where it resonates. Teaching them and showing them instead of just telling them and giving them. Wow, amazing. Okay, hold on. Now I'm shuffling these in the wrong order. So what does Leo need to focus on to have a better week? I already got your avoid card because I'm all in the wrong order. So Leo, what can Leo? It's this one. Hold on. Wow. Major Arcana number 10, the wheel. Okay, so this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the wheel finally circling in your favor, okay? You've seen the black and the white of life. You've seen the different patterns that this universe has to offer, and you've decided to remove some of those lower vibe, heavier energetic patterns from your life. Things that weren't working. You're wiser, you're experienced now, and you're embracing the healthier patterns that are beneficial to you in your life and your time. And I feel like that in and of itself is a lot of what people are learning from you, is just how to grow and evolve, how to be better people, how to show up with the kind of integrity and morals and ethic that you have, Leo. You're showing this to people. It's rubbing off on them, okay? Whomever you're spending this time with, I just need you to know that it's rubbing off, okay? But everyone has their own cycles and their own wheels, and you've got to capitalize on yours when it is the time. So believe in yourself right now, and this is your what to avoid, okay, is waiting. No more waiting. No more sitting around and waiting for life to happen to you. No more sitting around and waiting for somebody else to solve your problems or for life to get really good, okay? None of that, because what you're doing during this time matters, and it changes the trajectory of your path and the end result of what you're actually waiting for. So Spirit is, again, I'm feeling that structure with the Queen of Swords here. You might think you're waiting for something specific, but what you're actually manifesting is way off. So Leo, Spirit is saying, take check of your energy. Make sure that you're in alignment with the goals that you've set for yourself and that you're actively walking towards those, you and whomever else is walking with you. I kind of feel it's the same, but a reevaluation is necessary, okay? Because I feel like you have a goal, maybe, potentially you have something that you want to happen, but what you're doing right now is not going to take you there. And I don't know that you've realized that you need to hunker down a little bit more on the steps towards achieving that goal, to really align yourself up with it. That way you can take yourself there. You can have a chartable path to take others there even. Something like this is what I really feel for Leo. But again, no waiting. You've got to seize the moment. And the moment is now. That's what I feel. Great energy. Great energy, Leo. Thank you. Now for the week ahead, let's see who's next. Bye, Lucy. Hi, Jackie. Capricorn. And I will put the timestamps in the comments as soon as it's done. Capricorn's next. You hear that? Sounds like someone's cutting a tree. Capricorn, what do you need to cut away from your life? Capricorn, I'm looking at your card here. I'm feeling pain in my belly, like in my stomach, right under my left ribs. Hold on. And I'm seeing all this green grass. And look, I'm having to release energy now. Oh, goodness. Capricorn, I feel like something that you're eating is upsetting your stomach. your digestive system. Okay. And I'm not a medical doctor of anything at all. So if you need to see a doctor, please do that. If this is not you, this could be a partner in your life or an important woman in your life. Okay. A partner in your life, something like this. But I feel like it's you, Capricorn, but if the cross watcher's here, you know it. So I feel like whatever you're eating is upsetting your system, and it's important to start making a food log, making a journal. See, we've heard this before. The energy patterns can kind of hit us all if you're experiencing this kind of an illness or a sensitivity, okay? Because I feel like grass-fed, maybe grain-free, this kind of thing sounds like what would be more in alignment with your sensitivity. It feels like a sensitivity that's increasing within you, and I also feeling some headaches also. So you could be just write down what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're absorbing, ingesting, and exposing yourself to, and then also write down whatever symptoms you may be experiencing and when, so that you can see the connections clearly and you can begin to tailor whatever your unique experience is to your body, so that you don't have these kinds of residual effects. That's what I feel. Capricorn, we're all different, and you got to figure out your different thing, your different ways, so that you can be, you're feeling your best self. All right, that's what I have for Capricorn there. Let's get current energy for the week ahead, Capricorn. It's this one. Jack of Clubs. Jack of Clubs is about embracing the current moment. Really being present in the current moment and using that moment for exactly what it's worth and all you can get out of it. Deciding what to do with your moments, because that matters. If you're not deciding what to do with your time, then you're resigning into a waste of time. You're surrendering into some other schedule that's not benefiting you, your goals, your life path. So I feel how Capricorn, is important to really seize the potential of every moment as it is in front of you, okay? Because you may have split decisions that need to be made, or you could just be choosing the next right healthiest thing in that moment. Like, instead of soda, I'm gonna have water. Instead of I don't know what this is for Capricorn. I feel like choosing the next healthiest option. Instead of sitting on the couch and watching TV, I'm going to go out for a little walk. Instead of neglecting my own hygiene, I'm going to have a shower and feel better about myself. Sometimes we get into our feels and we, do things and or don't do things. And Spirit is saying right now, just moment to moment is what is necessary and what is important. Because some moments you're going to feel great, And you want to hold all those moments hold those moments for everything that they're worth. Okay. And other moments that are more challenging, you want to be focused with precision to successfully deal with what it is that you're going through right then. Okay, so I really feel how that's the ticket. Forget all the past stuff, forget all the future stuff, keep yourself a calendar, set your alarms to keep yourself on track for appointments or whatever else, and then just really be present and deal with whatever you have going on at the time. And if you find yourself with a free moment, pick something that feels really good. Pick something that's good for you. Allow yourself to breathe. Allow yourself to relax. I feel how when you don't allow yourself to relax, your body keeps going on like this frantic fight or flight kind of mode, and it doesn't know that everything's safe to just chill and calm down for a minute. So you must give that to yourself sometimes. Capricorn, I'm really feeling it's important, even if you've got to step away to the restroom. Hopefully no one will follow you there. I know sometimes your children could follow you to the bathroom or whatever, but if you're able to really just step away for 5 minutes and breathe deeply and relax your body. Okay, that's the ticket there, is relaxing your muscles, relaxing your body, feeling the relaxation, feeling it to your core. Okay, and allowing that for just 5 minutes while you're alone in the bathroom, and you can pick up the stress when you come back out. Okay, whatever. But giving that to yourself on purpose starts a new pattern of activation within the universe, within the system, to give you that peace on purpose, okay? To give you the relaxation and the need not to panic, okay? The desire not to be in that frantic state of energy. So what can you focus on, Capricorn, in order to have a better week? Focus on Spirit, Capricorn. Oh, here we are. Wow. 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands is our heavy burdens and baggage, okay? But putting some of those things down. This card is so descriptive. Like, this one person has requested the aid of a bison because she has so much stuff to do and can't count on nobody else to help her, right? So she's like, oh shit, I better get me a big mule, right? A big animal. And you might feel like that too, Capricorn. Like, you just don't have enough hands. You know, you just can't seem to get enough done. And that's okay. Like, you're not losing anything. I need to say this. And you may be really stretching yourself thin to try to get everything done or do all those things or wear all those different hats. Remember, Spirit was saying one moment at a time. And in those moments, you need to be selective. Is this something I really need to do? Is this a priority, or is this something that's phasing out of my life and it's okay to put it down now? I feel like there are things that are phasing out, and even attitudes, behaviors, poor behaviors, things you want to change about yourself that you're going to decide to put down and allow to be phased out. Okay, this is all of your discernment, and you're choosing, Capricorn. You get to decide what you don't like. You get to decide what to pull your attention and focus away from. You get to decide what to let go of. And what to avoid in order to have a better week, Capricorn. What to avoid, Spirit, for Capricorn. Oh, I dropped a stack. It's not the stack. I'm sorry, my shuffling makes me bounce the camera. Capricorn, sorrow, grief, sadness, despair, and mourning. Avoiding those heavy feelings. Sometimes it is time to cry, other times it's not, right? Sometimes we got to just buck up and do what we got to do and compartmentalize. So I really feel how avoiding feeling like the victim. You're not a victim of your life. You're not a victim of your life circumstances. Your higher self created this life so that you could prove how badass you are when you come to this point and successfully do whatever it is that you feel like you might not be able to do right now. But you can, and you will. It's already written. Like, I want to say, there's no need to get all wrapped up in the feels about things. Sometimes it's not time to feel. It's time to do. It's time to buck up and allow yourself to just, I feel like, put on them big girl panties, put on them big boy pants, right? And do the damn thing and put that emotion aside. And then afterwards, when you come back and you go, damn, I really did the damn thing, even though it was hard, even though I was sad, even though there were things that could have held me back but didn't. I did not allow it to hold me back. Capricorn, that's what I have for you this week. You could easily get lost in the feels. You could easily say it's too hard, forget it. But You don't have to. That's not an option. Moment by moment, choosing the best option in each moment. And collectively, you're going to come back and pat yourself on the back and be like, wow, I am a badass. Look at what I did. Look what I've already done. I feel like you should chart your progress, because you do already have some of that prove-it experience in your past that you can draw from and say, you know what, really, I am. I make it through anything I need to, you know, and I can do it successfully, better than I thought, gracefully even. Capricorn, that's what I have for you here. Thank you, thank you. Let's see who's next. Cancer. Cancer's next. See what time it is. Cancer, Cancer. Let me take a look. All right. So I'm loving this card. I see all the different layers of color in this card. And then I see this beautiful shell. And then more layers of depth here. And it makes me feel like Cancer has a secret. Like there is something inside of Cancer. Maybe it's a secret desire or a secret hope. But I feel like it's really deep down in there. It's not necessarily something that you're willing to share with everyone. And that's not a bad thing. Maybe these are fears even. I'm kind of feeling a bit of fears for some Cancers. Like, I just want to, let me just say here real quick. I feel how there may be some unfounded fears within Cancer that hold them back from time to time, that they can recognize through the thoughts that they're having that prevent them from engaging in their outer reality. Okay, so you will know as this occurs to you in your life, when this happens, when you hold yourself back because of a fear of X, Y, or Z that was implanted in your conditioning through your parents or society or whatever else. Oh, I can't do that because people like me don't do that kind of thing. You know, whatever this might be. All right, I feel how Cancer, there are some things within you that are not, they're not founded. They're not true. Okay. And they were put there by someone else. Like, I can't do that because I'm a woman, or I'm not smart enough. I'm not strong enough, this kind of thing. So Cancer, I just want to remind you that to examine those kinds of lies. If something's going to prevent you from doing something positive or something that feels right, like, I really feel an examination is necessary. So this Jack of Diamonds. Okay. So we've seen this card earlier. This is also the Knight of Pentacles in the tarot. So this is about slow going progress. Things moving in the right direction. Now again, I want to come back to, don't let your fears hold you back. But I do feel like Cancer has that hidden hope or whatever it might be within you that feels very buried because you maybe don't feel safe enough to bring this up to the surface yet. I feel like this Jack of Diamonds says it's happening. Okay, you are manifesting the kind of situation that you desire to. It's just kind of unfolding a little slower than you would like, right? Or a little slower than you would hope. So I'm feeling how staying on track and keeping high vibe and taking care of you and you know, keeping step is what is necessary here for Cancer to keep moving in the right direction. And again, like we said, not to, you know, do any harm or create any more karma, this kind of thing, as you're moving into a new level of your life. Okay, so making sure that you have closure and that you're not saying one thing and doing another. Okay, because that creates tension and confliction in the energy as you're moving forward on your path. Okay, I can feel how you want to step into with clean energy, and that may require you to have more clean communication. Cleaner communication, clearer, more efficient ways of communicating and speaking up for yourself, speaking out for yourself, Cancer. Because you're not going to manifest what you want by saying you want something different, or by not vocalize it or verbalizing it at all. So what does Cancer need to focus on to have a better week? Oh. Well, you've got two cards to focus on to have a better week, Cancer. You've got the Five of Wands and the Lovers. Okay, so this may be both or one or the other. Take it as it resonates. Okay, the Five of Wands is about personality clashes, arguments, differences of opinion, maybe even intimidation. People stepping on one another, not really caring about the other person. And then here, the Lover's card is about two individuals deeply connected that should really care about each other. So this doesn't have to be romantic lovers, but it certainly could be Cancer. Okay, but it could also be those very important people in your life. It could be you within yourself and the kinds of thoughts that might be conflicting. Okay, so what to focus on this week in order to have a better week, Cancer, would be like calling a spade, man. When we turn a blind eye to our problems, they just get bigger in our lives. But if we can really look and say, okay, I see that there's an issue here. We're arguing a lot, or we're not spending enough time, or, you know, whatever this confliction might be. Maybe our schedules are crazy and we're not able to come together and spend that time, or whatever this is, Cancer. I feel like addressing it head on is what Spirit is saying. Like, you're not going to get better if you don't ever speak about it. So speaking about the problems, this could even be therapy and counseling for some Cancers here. Speaking about issues of the past that you've had in relationships, maybe abuse, trauma, this kind of thing, can help find healing resolution within the self to clear that available pathway to manifest a healthy partnership in the future, okay, or healthier connections. All right, some kind of working through, but you work through it by not being afraid to look at what's not working. Okay, not being able to say that is a problem. Okay, now that we've identified this problem, how do we fix this problem? Okay, but when we say, oh, I don't have any problems, everything's just fine, and we pretend it's fine but it's not really fine, then we're never going to find that beautiful resolution. Yes, Capricorn, I did Capricorn already, hon. I'm sorry you missed it, but I'll be putting the timestamps on the replay. It was before this one. Now, what to avoid in order to have a better week for Cancer? Cancer, what to avoid in order to have... Whoa, it flew out. Oh, snaps. What is this? Cancer. Avoid that best friend. Fuck that bitch. Just kidding. No. Best friend, this would be a playing nice kind of an energy. Remember, I was like, you're never going to solve your problems if you're too afraid to say something's bothering you, right? This is the same thing. What are you trying to avoid? Being nice, being that best friend, cozy, no problems. Everything's just fine. Laugh it off. It's not so serious, right? That kind of a thing. Realistically saying, hey, this is a real issue, or I feel like if we did this, things could really get better, right? Having these kinds of creative and inspiring conversations that are real and have depth, that's what I feel is beneficial for Cancer this week, not just smiling and nodding. I feel like that's what this is, smiling and nodding and pretending like things are fine when they're maybe not really fine, or being on the surface and not going really deep with these conversations that we need to have that could create resolution in these areas. Cancer, having a tough conversation this week, but for the right reasons. That's what I feel. And I'll say this, if you won't have that tough conversation, like if you're like, oh my God, I can't, and you just play nice and you just do whatever, then you'll come full circle to something like this again, and you'll have that opportunity again to do that unthinkable thing that seems a little too hard in this moment, you know? Taurus is next. And then after that, I've got two more, okay? We're almost done, guys. We've done great. Taurus. Whoa, there's a butt on this card. Let's see if you can see it. Oh, I gave it to you pretty thick. Yes. I was like, what is this? Oh, yep. Let's bleep it out. There's a butt on the card right there. I'm touching the butt. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even notice. There's like flower patterns on the skin. I love that. Taurus, such a grounded energy. Okay. I see that you are probably quite stable. Like, I feel like you're a part of the atmosphere here. See how like there's all these wildflowers, and then there's the person who has all the flowers on their skin. Like they're just trying to blend right in. I feel like you've been set in your ways, Taurus. Whew. Taurus, let's get your energy for the week ahead for Taurus. Just from the regular old playing cards, it's this one Eight of Clubs here for Taurus. Eight of Clubs. This is about fast happenings, a lot of movement, a lot of energies. Sometimes the Eight of Clubs can be like a lot of different personalities going on, maybe personalities clashing. They can come together and be collectively creative and inspiring and work really well. And maybe they don't. Maybe they come together and clash. Okay, sometimes this Taurus energy is like a my way or the highway. And I feel how Taurus, maybe it's important for you to step in and have a hand in the direction of where things are going. Because I feel like things are moving. Things are happening, but it's important not to feel like things are happening to you. You do have a hand in the direction of your life and in the way that things are moving. So I just want to remind you, oh man, I'm feeling pain in my rib right now, and my rib would indicate like partnership. Maybe you're relaxing into somebody else who's directing your life a little bit. I just want to say this. Take it as it resonates, Taurus. I almost feel like some Taurus is going to be going along with the decision that a partner made or someone close to you made. I really feel like Barnum or whatever. I feel like you're going along with a decision that may be not quite in alignment with you. But based on who it is that has created this dynamic, you kind of don't want to say no, or you're just like surrendering into this resignation of whatever that momentum is. Stop. Stop right now. That's my dog. My dog doesn't even like it. Taurus. Look here. You've got Major Arcana number 17, the Star. So this is what to focus on this week in order to have a better week, Taurus. This is your heart and the prayers that you have for the way you want your life to turn out, or you want resolution. You hear my dog's going crazy for a reason. Okay, maybe because within you, this has been something that's been rolling around inside of you, like this secret desire that you feel that you might never have. I don't know, like the life of your dreams. I really want that job, that car, that house, that person, whatever, but I don't know if it could ever really happen. Okay, this indicates to not lose hope or faith, that you will never receive something that you're not striving to receive if you desire to do so. Okay, so it's important to be in alignment with your intentions and not discount what you want to have in your now moment and in your future. Okay, because when you tell yourself no, so does the universe. All right, when you say, oh, that dream will never happen, it will never happen for you. So keep it alive, keep it active, don't put it down even when life gets hard. I kind of feel like someone else's decisions are conflicting with your future or your dreams. Maybe they don't know this. Maybe a conversation needs to be had, like, hey man, I really don't want to move to that place or do that thing, or I don't like the direction that this is going in because it kind of clashes with the future that I see for myself. Taurus, I feel like a conversation needs had. And prayer. This is also prayer. Okay, this is you getting quiet with God, source, creator, higher power, higher self, whoever it is that you pray to, because that's who shows up for your prayers and being like, look here, God, I need you. This is what I really want in my life. I'm not sure how to get there. I'm not sure how to get it. I'm not sure how to. Maybe you're praying for other people. Maybe you need God to step in that way because it's truly out of your hands. Whatever the case is, allow yourself the time to do that and the space to do that, Taurus, because I kind of feel like you're flying by the seat of your pants and you're not okay with it this week. So what can you stay away from in order to have a better week, Taurus? Spirit, what does Taurus need to avoid to have a better week here? Oh, dang. Oh, cheater. And on the bottom, buy the book because people are watching. Okay, no cheating, no fooling around, no stealing, no being selfish, this kind of thing. Or associating with those kinds of people or tolerating that kind of behavior in your life. This is the selfish side of human nature, all right? Someone who is willing to take a bite and leave the rest to rot rather than, do things the proper way. All right, so cheater, pumpkin eater, Taurus, this is what to stay away from this week. No lying, no cheating, no stealing. You'll probably get caught, especially with the buy the book and the eyes here. And if you really, really want something to change, have those heavy conversations and make that change. You know what I mean? I just feel how things are moving in a certain direction, and it's important to be aware of what direction that is and to be mindful of what you are allowing in your life, what you're aligning with. I really feel how speaking your truth is necessary even when the truth is hard. All right. And sometimes receiving the truth is necessary even when the truth is hard. And if you are, I just feel like Taurus, just stay away from those cheaters, man. If you're a Taurus who's like, oh my God, is my man cheating? And this card happened to come up in your reading today, like, hello. Yes. I'm sorry, but yes. And that was what to avoid. So what to avoid. Taurus. Thank you, Taurus. I hope you have a better week. And next is Sagittarius. Cleanse my energy. Wow, Sag. Beautiful card. Beautiful card, Sag. I see a lot of different colors just clashing. Like there's this, that's what it is. There's like waves and mountains and sky and clouds, but they're just, everything's just so beautiful, flowing this way and that way, but coming into a clash here. So I just want to, I kind of feel how Sagittarius may feel a little defensive this week. Kind of like the world is against you or not quite in alignment with you. Maybe you have to speak on your viewpoints, you know, or have opposing opinions that you're dealing with this week or something. I just want to say that just because we disagree doesn't mean that everyone's wrong. You know, we can agree to disagree and have differing opinions and both be right. Okay, so that's the beauty of this earth. That's the beauty of this world, Sagittarius. So I feel like if there's any sign that can really understand and embody that, it's Sagittarius, because you uniquely embody your own energy, and most Sagittarius not afraid to do so, you know, even if it ruffles feathers. And that's what I feel here, is that it could ruffle feathers, but don't let your feathers be ruffled this week because other people don't share your energy, your opinions, your point of view. Okay, we're allowed to have differing opinions, or else this place would be boring as fuck, right? So Sag, what's that energy for the week ahead? Sagittarius, Spirit. Regular playing card, it flipped around. Let's see here. Queen of Diamonds. Wow, we've seen this one so many times. Again, focusing on you, paving your way, giving back to your life, doing what you need to take care of yourself, to be self-sufficient, to pamper yourself even. This is a wonderful card of self-sufficiency, stability, self-reliance. I want to say, Sag, you've earned this energy. I want to say you've probably not always had this. So now having this is just huge, and you are so grateful. And I want you to pat yourself on the back and really enjoy this. Now, that doesn't mean go spend all your money at the casino in an effort to, you know, reward yourself or whatever. I just really feel how it's important to be your biggest supporter. And to allow yourself those little splurges that make you feel better about who you are living your life. You know what I mean? Because you freaking deserve it, Sag. You deserve it. And if that rubs other people the wrong way, then they've got work to do on themselves. Okay? And it has nothing to do with you. So where does Sag need to focus to have a smoother week? Where does Sag need to focus to have a better week, Spirit? From the Light Seers Tarot. There we go. The Queen of Wands, baby. That's a nice card. You see that? Her focus is on herself. Her focus is on the magic that she holds in the palm of her hand and the wand that she has raised above her, ready to do whatever next she wants. She's happy. She is happy. So where do you get to focus? On your happiness, on your joy, on your magic, on what you can do to create more beautiful abundance in your life, Sagittarius. Look at all the candles she has lit. You bet it took some time to set that up, right? To lay out all the candles, to light each and every one. There was a process and a ritual and a dedicated structure that she used to get her there. And I feel how Sagittarius, making these moments a priority in your week, is going to help you to embody your highest energy, to, I feel like, circumnavigate lessons that otherwise might beckon to you, okay? Living creatively instead of reactively. Also being proactive about setting out the details beforehand, planning and preparing and following through with what it is that you're setting up for yourself. I feel like setting yourself up for success is what is going to happen if you're able to do that this week, Sagittarius. And you may be doing this already. Like, keep up the damn good work. I see how structure, routine, you're taking care of yourself, you're making your money, you're really just knowing your worth, and you're expanding as a result. So keep on keeping on. I want to say sometimes haters don't want to see us succeed because we outgrow them or outshine them or whatever. Some people feel like another person's success equates to their own failure in some way. So some people will not be happy for you, and that's okay. They don't have to. That's what I feel here with this card, Sag, is that some people may not be happy for your success. Fuck them. They don't have to. They can find their own, right? And they can stop hating on you. It doesn't change your success. It doesn't sway your victory. It doesn't change your energy at all or bring you down in the least unless you let it. So where should Sagittarius avoid in order to have a better week, please, Spirit? What should Sagittarius avoid to have a better week? This one. A sticky web. Okay, so a sticky web is, it's a card of embellishment. A sticky web is a card of like a survival mechanism. So some people some people weave tales, stories together to try to appear a certain way or seem a certain way. And, you know, those are just sticky webs, because when you begin to weave these tales, then you've got to remember the details, and, you know, you've got to come full circle. And then sometimes you're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and it's just not a healthy thing at all. So avoiding these kinds of sticky scenarios, living on the surface, on the up front, telling the truth, these kinds of things would avoid this sticky web. And I also feel how this could be like embellishment of stories, grandiose behavior. Like, remember I said some people might not be happy for your success, Sag? So you might be like, oh yeah? Well, you have no idea how successful I really am. I've got 6 figures in the bank, and I've got 3 houses across the country, or what? Who knows what kind of tales you want to weave to really jab the knife in, you know, twist it, whatever this is. I kind of feel how you could potentially want to tell some big stories to sound better, to look better, to put someone in their place, okay? And Spirit is saying, you know, that's not necessary. That's not healthy energy. So you want to go into the right place with the right kind of energy for the right reasons, in the right ways. And you're going to want to bypass any of those lower vibe routes that you used to entertain when maybe that was acceptable. But now I feel like you're trying to do better and be better, and you may recognize this and go, oh no, that's the thing, and I'm not gonna do it. You know, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna tell her she's a bitch, right? I'm not, but she is, and I know she is, but I'm not gonna tell her because I just don't have to go there, right? Whatever this could be. Sag, that's what I have for you, hon. Thank you. And last but not least, poor Gemini. Poor Gemini. Thank you for waiting, Gemini. Now, when the video's over, I'm going to put the timestamps in the comments, okay? But Gemini, beautiful card. I feel such... Thank you, Paula. So good to know. So good to know, because I'm not sure how... what's going to work and what's not going to work. But I just miss you guys, and I miss doing the Zodiac readings, and I just needed to show up. I just needed to get these messages out here. So thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. So Gemini, I see here in this card that like there's like this calm, soft side, and then there's this big old clash side, right? So I kind of feel how there's this back and forth. Some moments might be lulls, other moments kind of big moments, okay? And I almost feel, Gemini, how some of that is within your control. This is your card. It was trying to pop right now. 2 of Diamonds. All right. Some of this is within your control, and some of it is not. Some of it, it's like, I can feel how you're allowing yourself to get riled up because that is something that's going on. And maybe it's not necessary. Yes, sweetheart, this is the last reading. This is the last sign to be read on this video, and I will be putting the timestamps in the comments for you there. But yes, Cancer was read earlier, Miss Julie. Thank you. And hi, Judy. So, Gemini, I feel how checking your inner posture and not allowing that pendulum to swing too far from one side or the other is what Spirit is calling for you here to find some stability. Now, this energy that you have this week is 2 of Diamonds. That is kind of back and forth, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, juggling something, but wishing it was something else, right? So I can see how Gemini, again, is kind of in a little bit of a battle this week with wanting one thing but having another, or even latching on to some kind of, I don't know, engaging energy because there's not something else that's better going on. Okay, but it doesn't mean that that's the best available option. Sometimes there's a third option that you've not considered, which is like sitting still and not doing anything, you know? So let's go ahead and get you another card. What does Gemini need to focus on this week to have a better week? Thank you, Paula. You are so awesome. Gemini. Woo! I threw it. It literally, they fell. Hold on. Oh my gosh. You got more than one card. You got several cards. But look, I have to give them to you. I have to give them to you because holy shit, dude, I can't make this up. Look, this is the same card. Two of diamonds, two of pentacles. Gemini. What? Okay. So this tells me, I said, what's the current energy we get? Two of diamonds. Where does Gemini need to focus? Two of pentacles. Whoa. Okay. So you are really putting some thought into what it is that's going on, right? Maybe. Let's see what the other card is. Oh boy. Gemini. Okay, so you have major arcana number 5, the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so the Hierophant is feeling connected and supported from God, right? Spiritually connected, spiritually supported. Okay, so this is upside down, saying that whatever's going on in your life right now may be testing your faith. Okay, so you might feel like God has abandoned you. There is no divine plan. You know, how come I'm dealing with bullshit? And, you know, and this shouldn't be what it is, right? Whatever the case is. It's not because God has abandoned you. It is, can I still find the gratitude and the love of God, even though my circumstances are less than what's desirable, right? Even though I don't have everything that I want. I feel a little bit like I want my cake and I want to eat it too, okay? However, Spirit is saying God has not left you. There is still joy to be found, enrichment to be found, connection. Like, look at how happy he can be happy, even if life is not perfect right now. And that may be the lesson right now for you, Gemini, is that, yeah, life is challenging, but when is it not? There's always something that we could consider a challenge, right? There always is. And some periods are smoother than others. I'm not trying to catastrophize anything, but I feel like Gemini could. I feel like Gemini really could. So again, you get to choose to be happy, even though maybe things aren't exactly perfect. Get to choose to be happy and enjoy your day, even if you don't have the perfect home life or all the money in the bank that you would like to have, right? Maybe you can't afford to go out and do something fun. So instead you've got to settle to do like poor people fun things, like go out to the park, play with your pets, this kind of thing, right? Hey, that is a lesson in life as well, is how to still continue to shine, even when feeling oppressed by your circumstances. Okay, whatever this may be. And I feel like that's what Spirit is directing Gemini towards right now. So what does Gemini need to stay away from? You guys are the best. I love you and I miss you. Thank you. What does Gemini need to stay away from in order to have a better week? Gemini. Gemini. Apparently nothing at all. Just kidding. Let's see. Oh, wait. Okay. I am so dropping all the cards. Okay. Gossip. Gossip. And drops in the bucket, okay? The telephone means gossip. That's what they're telling me on this card right here is gossip. Gemini needs to stay away from venting too heavily, just like perpetuating the energy by continuing to talk about it and make it bigger and this and that, or allowing others to vent to you and put that on you. Oh, emotionally vomit all over you. Yeah, that's going to make you heavy. That's going to make your week heavier too. It's going to make you feel like these circumstances do suck, okay? Because you're embodying tough energy. So Spirit is saying, you know, to pray, to meditate, to rely on God, source, creator, whomever that is for you, to choose the next highest vibe activity that you can, not to sit in the misery, not to sit in the challenge, but to decide to be proactive about the resolution. And this drops in the bucket, okay, to avoid needing the support and validation of other people. This is positive reinforcement from your outer environment. So sometimes the reinforcement that we get from our outer environment, it kind of tells us who we are, okay? And then we need to have it. Like we need to have that in order to feel like we're still functioning at the level of value that, you know, that we were before or whatever. So here, this is like, who gives a fuck what other people think? All right, Gemini, like this card says, other people don't need to fill you up. You need to fill you up. You need to be the kind of person who feels good about what you have going on. And you're not going to find that outside of yourself. You're going to find that within, reconnecting with Spirit and listening to your intuition. I feel that here. Okay. That's what I have for Gemini. I feel like sometimes life can get us down, but it doesn't have to keep you down. It doesn't have to keep you stuck. It's how you maneuver through this. Are you a lesser version of yourself, or can you continue to maintain your dignity and your higher level of vibrational frequency? Even if maybe you're no longer getting that reinforcement from your outer world. Okay, maybe that's the ticket right now, is it's not coming from somewhere else. It has to come from within you. It has to come from God. Sometimes we're put in a place where we feel like the outer world just doesn't get us at all because we're supposed to find God inside of ourselves. Gemini. And you may already know God very deeply, but this may be a deepening of that bond and that intimacy, a new level of connection, a new strength. Gemini. And that is what I have for Gemini. That is what I have for all of the signs today. I think you guys are totally awesome. Thank you for hanging in there. When the video's over, again, I'm going to put those timestamps, so you can refer to the timestamps in the comments and watch your reading again for the week ahead. I thank you. If you wanted to connect with me privately, you can message me. I only have very limited options right now as my schedule is really, really tight. So I'm only offering tarot videos for order, but I'm going to be putting more events here. So check out my event section on my page so you don't miss me several times a week. Until the next one, I send you guys all the love and all the blessings. Have a great day.